Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Sparks. I'm the editor-in-chief of Integrating Materials in Manufacturing Innovation. I've got a paper today to talk about. It comes from Surya Kalidindi's group at Georgia Tech with collaborators at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Lead author is Jihye. And this paper has to do with generating synthetic data sets for fiber-reinforced polymer matrix composites and studying these for damage initiation. Okay, so they come right out and say the problem is that we would be using fiber-reinforced polymer matrix composites in many more applications if we had better models for predicting their damage resilience under service conditions, right? And they point out that, of course, you could do expensive micromechanical FE models, but they are slow. So we're interested in low-cost surrogate models, but surrogate models are only as good as the data you have for them. And that's what they're addressing in this paper, is a way to generate the data. They point out there's some problems with the data that's out there. First off, they say it's inefficient at generating distinct microstructures. They all kind of look the same. And second, you need reliable parameterization of the damaged drivers. So what are the approaches that are used out there? There's a couple, right? There's the so-called hardcore processes, it says, which instantiates fiber centers while adhering to minimum permissible distances between points, okay? The problem with these is that they don't achieve non-uniform distributions very easily, and they tend to be isotropic. But that's not how all materials are. So we want something that can also generate non-isotropic arrangements. So what else do we have? Well, there's the machine learning approaches in the generative camp, things like generative adversarial networks, GANs. These show promise, but they also have some problems. They don't tend to have a lot of diversity. They tend to have mode collapse, where they're making things that all look relatively similar to one another. Common problem in GANs. Then the second set of challenges was the parameterization, and there's been lots of approaches in that as well. One they point out is the extreme value distributions, EVDs, that have been done before. And while these are very promising, one challenge that they have is that there's not standardized protocols for extracting these EVDs from finite element simulations. And without that standardization, it's hard to build up a database to train from on that. So that's what they're going to address. It says here, we're going to introduce two novel computational protocols. One, efficient generation of SVE ensembles for unidirectional composites with distinct clustering attributes at different fiber volume fractions. And then two, robust extraction of these EVDs of damaged drivers from FE simulations performed on those ensembles. Okay, so they're going to generate a bunch of different ensembles, things that look like these pictures here. Now, I like this. They have three operators that they use as they generate them. They call them F, C, and A. F standing for far. That's going to be an operator that moves fibers far away from one another. C stands for close. It's going to put them close to one another. And then A is going to encourage alignment. And so you can, through the sequential use of these different operators, you can achieve different sort of microstructures. Like here's one. Here's far, close, and aligned. But what if you took those three operators and then you applied them sequentially? Well, if you do them sequentially, now you can come up with what they found were 15 distinct microstructure classes, right? For example, here's far at a 30% volume fiber fraction, then far and aligned at the same fiber fraction, far, aligned, aligned, aligned. You can see that that alignment is really lining up while we're maintaining relative distance between them. And then far, close, and then far, close, 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 causing clusters that are locally separated from other clusters at a relatively far distance, right? This is pretty easily parameterized, and yet it's able to achieve a pretty good variety of different microstructures. Once they had these microstructures, now they're going to be able to do finite element analysis. And one thing they found is that it shows here, across all the microstructure classes considered in our study, we obtained stable values for these extreme value distributions using maximum likelihood estimation with 200 SVEs and a 99th percentile sampling threshold from each. If you're interested in using this approach to generate structures yourself, you can check out the data availability code. They have a GitHub page where you can actually see this for yourself and try it out to generate microstructures that may be relevant for your modeling efforts. So see it in the latest issue of IMMI.